So, everyone, welcome to Let's Language and English Teachers Seminar. And this seminar is an initiative of some alumni from Rio de Janeiro. We are teachers and we have participated in some embassy or consulate programs and open programs, Bright, that we are going to explain a little bit later when we talk about more. But we have recently been to Recife, where we learned so much. And when we came back, it was in April. When we came back, we said, oh my gosh, we cannot keep with all this with us. We need to spread the word. So I'm grateful for the crazy teachers who have tight schedules and still we were working during, our spare time to prepare that. And I'm very glad that we had around 350 teachers who subscribed to participate. Just remember, and maybe we're going to ask, don't have 350 people here. What are they? Some people are going to watch afterwards in the recorded sessions that we are going to let you know where the videos will be. And, so we were like, oh my gosh, only with our network, people are coming. And I am very glad to receive you here. So this morning, we are going to start with Luciana Amaral. And Luciana is an amazing teacher. I will let her to introduce herself better. She will talk a little bit more about her bio that is very extensive. And she is going to present us something that I think everyone is here eager to learn because she is going to talk about next gen teacher, technology, and artificial intelligence tools to transform English teaching and learning. So I'm here with a paper pen to take notes to learn more about. So welcome to our first, and you are opening this seminar, Luciana. So please welcome.
Thank you very much for the very warm introduction. It's very nice to be here with you guys and to see some friends from Recife, Carla and Michael. And I'm sorry if there's someone else I can recognize. And yes, we are going to talk about some very nice tools today. Of course, I'm going to leave things out because I could be here all day long talking about tools and interesting stuff to help us in our practice, yes, but let's see if I can show you anything new today, yes? So I'm going to start sharing my screen. You tell me if everything's okay.
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, I just haven't checked if just a minute, please. I'm gonna stop and make sure my sound is being shared. Yeah, share sound. Share. Okay. Just tell me again if everything's okay. Yep. Okay, so I won't see you anymore. Feel free to raise your hands and write in the chat, yes. And Solimar, you help me with the questions or anything?
So don't worry, we will admit people, and if we have some questions, if it's something that we need to stop your presentation, I will interrupt it, but we are allowed the questions at the end of your presentation,
Okay.
so people can be more comfortable, okay?
Okay, so take notes, guys, and so that you can ask in the end, okay? Let's go. So, as Solimar has just introduced it, I'm going to talk about technology and AI tools, specifically to help us in our teaching and help students in their learning process, okay? So I'm going to make a short presentation because you're not here to listen about me. Yes, we're here for the tools. And then we are going to reflect upon the reason why we should be using technology and AI, and we're going to see some tools and how to use them for educational purposes. So to start with, I'm a public school teacher in Rio de Janeiro, and I actually teach 6th and 7th graders. It's a public school, so those who are from public schools know the reality I'm talking about, not so many resources or no resources at all, but we keep on trying to make things more engaging, not only for students, but also for us. Yes, otherwise it's a burden to work. I've been a Bright participant. Bright is a program for public school English teachers. I'm not going to talk much about it because we have a webinar on that with Elmara later. And after the Bright, I was invited to take part in the Bright Symposium. And this year, I had a very nice surprise, as some of our friends here, of being invited to the Bright and Open Alumni Seminar, which happened in Recife in last April. I'm now taking a TESOL course on the open platform. It's also another initiative from the embassy. And besides that, I'm a public school IT teacher working in fire tech with high schoolers. So that's why I'm very much interested in technology and what it can do for us and for people in general, but for us, teacher, to facilitate our lives. So to start with, we are going to reflect upon the reasons why we should be using technology and AI from the student's point of view, right? So first of all, if you're lucky enough to have technology available in your classroom and you have already tried doing something with it, you should realize that students' engagement raised. Yes, whenever they see us connecting a projector or with a new tool in the room or new device, they get, excited about what's going to happen. Is it going to be a song? Is it going to be a video? So you raise students' engagement when you have these technological devices and tools and activities in the classroom. But even if you're not lucky enough to have things available, there are many ways we can use technology and all the technological stuff in an unplugged way. Yes, we may transform, we may adapt what should be done with technology to unplugged activities, which is much more close to our reality in public schools. So again, technology is great because we can offer immediate feedback on assignments. I don't know what kind of experience you've had during the pandemic, but many of us had to use Google Forms, for example, as a way to give activities and also exams. And with Google Form, you may, as soon as the student ends the activity, you may give him or her the feedback, yes? Also with artificial intelligence, you may also send the tool, the artificial intelligence tool, an essay or an activity done by a student, and you may ask for feedback. So it's easier now to give students feedback than it was in the past with no aid of these tools. One more thing which is very nice about technology and AI is that it helps us accommodate different learning styles and needs. Nowadays, you can ask AI to help you create an activity for a student who is having difficulties in, I don't know, model verbs, for instance, right? So it's easier now to create personalized learning experiences, as this one, as this next bullet I'm showing you. Now, just before we move on, also, it helps us cater for accessibility. Yes, if you have an autistic student, you may, and you don't know what to do with him in terms of activities, you may ask an artificial intelligence to help you creating an activity or a project which might be interesting to someone with these and those characteristics, right? And with technology, we can also foster collaboration and communication, which are very important 21st century skills, right? And they are soft skills, which are generally not exercised in classrooms, in schools in general, but that should, because in the real world, people expected the others to collaborate, to communicate well, and sometimes, many times, we're not dealing with this in the classroom, but we should. It should be formal education, not informal one. And also, we can help develop students' digital literacy, even with these unplugged activities I talked about, because you make the student learn about things he otherwise wouldn't learn about if you didn't show him or her, right? So many students, although we sometimes believe that we take for granted, yes, the access to technology and tools, some students really don't know many things about what is available, what technology can do. They know a lot about social media, but not about how to use technology for improvement, for learning, and etc. So another good, very good reason to adopt technology and AI is to help develop students' digital literacy. Now, from the teacher's point of view, all these tools can help us streamline administrative tasks, such as automate grading. As I told you, you may ask for the help of an AI to correct an essay or an activity or a multiple choice test. Also, it can help us keep track of attendance, yes, in a more organized ways, and also arrange, schedule things with our students, and also to communicate with them, because we have many, many different ways to keep in touch with our students out of the classroom, right? Sometimes we need to give them an exercise and we forgot, or we want to recommend something, a video or anything. You want them to watch something before next class, and then with technology, it's now easier to communicate with them. Again, it can help us enhance our instructional methods, yes, with these unplugged lessons I told you about, because even if you don't have the computer in the room, not even for you to project a game or anything, many of the tools let you have a printed version of the activity you are creating, or even if you can print from the tool, you may get the idea for you to create yourself your games and your exercises and even songs, etc. Also, a great opportunity for professional development and collaboration. We are having an example just now. We are here on a Monday. I don't know where you're from, but we are here together and people are going to watch it later as a means of professional development. Yes, so we have access to many online courses and webinars, many of them for free. They're not paid. We have lots of virtual communities of teachers sharing things, and resources can be now found on the internet, which is what curation means. You may find things on the internet and share with your peers in these virtual communities. And with all this, we can reduce our burnout. Yes, sometimes people think that, well, it's much more difficult to create a class using technology and AI resources than it would if I had the book open and etc. Yes, but if you plan once, you may use it many times, right? So even if you work a lot on a planning on an activity, you have it forever, right? So we can automate routine tasks, as I told you in the administrative tasks in the first bullet. It helps us manage our workload more efficiently, and we have lots of supportive tools for teachers. So to start with these tools, I hope it's not a trigger to anyone, but I decided to start with a very obvious tool, which is Google Classroom. Many of us were, I couldn't choose but to use Google Classroom in the pandemics, and we had our groups in this environment, but after it, I think that people forgot it, but it is still there. And it's still a very nice place to create your groups, to post materials and activities, and to have somewhere students can go if they have doubts, if they have problems outside the classroom. Yes, so it is still there. We can still use Google Classroom. Another very nice one, it's for classroom management and communication, as I wrote up there, is Class Dojo, which is a place where you can create your groups and you can gamify learning. What is gamification? I'm sure you've learned about it. You've heard about it, because many teachers and people on the internet are talking about gamifying lessons, gamifying environments. What is it? It's not necessarily the use of games in the classroom, but it's the use of game, oh my God, game characteristics for the classroom. So you have rewards, you have missions, and you have badges, and you have points, but not necessarily through games, right? So in this Class Dojo, you may create your room and you can give students rewards. You can give to all of the class, or you can give a specific student a point for being nice at something. Let me show you the next screen. So here I'm giving Bay1's feedback, and I can choose which point I'm going to give her. She helped friends, she was focused, she participated, she persisted, she was hardworking, and etc. And I can also create my own badges and points to give my students. So it's a very nice way to keep track on improvement, and for them also, because they can access this, it's very nice to see how they're going, to have a ranking on their behavior in class. Now, as for content creation and presentation, I'm pretty sure you've heard about Canva. I'm not going to talk about it here. And I just have this QR code here to let people know, those who are not aware of it. Canva offers you a teaching account, which you can have access to many pro stuff, and it's for free. So if you're not aware of it, please scan this QR code and go visit, so that you have access to many nice stuff. Next one is PowerPoint. I'm also sure you've heard of that, but many teachers don't know that PowerPoint can be used to more than just slides and presentation. We can create some very nice games using PowerPoint. There's a lot of stuff on the internet, on YouTube, and I left this specific video from a teacher which shows the step-by-step guide to create a PowerPoint game, a very nice PowerPoint game. So if you're interested, just scan the code. And also Google Slides which is another tool similar to PowerPoint. People generally use it just as they do with PowerPoint. But again, you can also use it to create videos. So in this QR code, you may have access to a video. A very nice teacher. She has some great ideas, a video on how to create a game using Google Slides, which is a free option for those who doesn't have access to PowerPoint or Canva, right? But besides, we also sometimes we use it for what it was originally meant for, that's for presentation. And many people don't know we have lots of templates on the internet where we can get PowerPoint and Google Slides templates to facilitate our job. Yes, sometimes you're in a hurry or you're not very creative and you're not good at combining colors and finding images and fonts and etc. So you have places like Slides Carnival, where you can download templates with 15, 20 slides, and you can adapt them to your needs, right? Of course, you have paid templates, but you have lots of free ones, which can help you if you need. And there is also Slides Go, which is a very nice option, very nice alternative to the Slides Carnival. And what I found is more interesting about Slides Go is that it now has a connection with AI. So there is an AI option where you can create AI presentations and icebreakers and exit tickets and lesson plans. So it's worth a try, right? To try, go there and see what it can offer in terms of activities. Exit ticket is I'm not sure if you know, icebreaker is an activity you use generally in the beginning of a lesson just to ice break, yes, just to make students connect with you and also to connect their brains to what is going to happen in the room, in the classroom. An exit ticket is a very quick form of assessment that we generally use in the end of a class to make sure students got what you wanted them to get, okay? So you check in a very quick, and it's generally a nice activity for them to show if they learned what they needed to. So it's worth a try. Now, talking about feedback and assessment, I'm also pretty sure you know Kahoot. Lots of us have been using it during the pandemic also, and also after the pandemic to make classes more engaged. I've never used any other tool which made my students so engaged other than Kahoot. Yes, it's a very nice one. They get very excited once they try Kahoot once. They want to have it every week. And when you have a Kahoot like an icebreaker, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they ask you for one more, and they want to be playing Kahoot during the whole class. And it's a very nice way to revive things and to assess in general, yeah? But what I wanted to talk about Kahoot today is that it's now offering lots of pre-made games, such as the first one up there, learn about, let me see because my screen here, The Seasons with Dora, which is a very nice game that talks about the seasons. So it's a good one to take to class, and it's so beautiful. It's I think Nickelodeon has done it, and it's very, very interesting, and kids would love to see Dora from the cartoon out in the screen, on the screen, to learn about seasons. Also, this one, flex quiz, is a very interesting one because they show you a flag, they ask you what's the flag of Brazil, and then you have 4 options and you have to choose the flag from those options. And as you answer correct, you're getting blocks to build something. And it's cooperative game. You create the game is organized in teams, and as students enter, they're going to be in a team. One of the teams you cannot separate, so it's also very nice to mix students. Yes, those who are always in the same group may end up in a different group in this game. So we have lots. Also, this emoji quiz is very nice. So we have lots of pre-made things, because sometimes we are very afraid, oh, how am I going to create things in Kahoot? I'm not very intimate to it and I can't. So go there and check what is already done. Yes, what is already there for you. And also Quizlet. Quizlet is a tool where we create cards to study. And in these cards, we can use definitions, examples, and images. And after you create your collection of cards, you can, from the cards, create exercises and create games. So either you yourself can create and offer it to your students, or you can ask them to create the cards and to organize what they've learned, right? So it's a very nice way to organize knowledge. And from the organization, yes, it's like having a notebook, and from the notebook, things are created. So you have quizzes, you have games, and it's a very nice alternative as well. Now, regarding interactive learning, yes, so the creation of interactive activities, we have a very nice alternative called Nearpod. And from this QR code, you may have access to 10 ways of using Nearpod in the classroom. So if you go there, check the tool and say, oh, great, but how can I use it? Read this PDF here from the Nearpod team, giving you suggestions on how to use it in the classroom. Yes, so we can create games and interactive presentations to offer students to share with them. One that I love is Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle is a tool that can help you create interactive videos. So sometimes we show students a video we find on YouTube, but then we have the video, you're showing the video, and students are doing whatever, but not paying attention to you or the video you're showing. So with Edpuzzle, we may insert during the video some questions and activities and open-ended questions and multiple choice, so that students have to, the video is going to stop and the student has to answer it, the questions, so he can continue the video. So it's a very nice one. I thought I had the video here, but in Edpuzzle, you have a video, an interactive video for us to see how it works. So while the site presents the tool, it stops and shows us the kinds of interaction we may have. Yeah, so it's very nice because students generally think that when they have a video activity in the room, they may do whatever, but not pay attention to you. Okay, I'm going to sleep, I don't like it. And once you tell them, pay attention because you have to answer some questions during the video, yes? And if you can have students do the activity themselves, okay, if you don't need to project the activity so that a group makes it. If you have students access the video, you can also keep track of their grades, how well they went on the activity, and it helps you assess students and so reflect upon new activities or reviews for them to work. Okay. Another great alternative for those who have no technology in the room is Plickers. Plickers is also for interactive learning, but also for assessment. It's a tool where we organize an activity, a quiz, and you project the tools and students raise cards with the answer. And you as a teacher read the answers from your cell phone. And while reading their answers, you check how many have already answered and how well students went on answering the activity. Yes, so you have instant feedback, you have an instant idea on how well the topic was understood by students. So this is a picture. So something is being projected, students are showing these cards. I'm going to show you a better view of it. Students are showing their answers using cards, and teacher is reading the answers with a cell phone, and then this screen is for the teacher to have the feedback. Oh, many of the students answered letter C. Okay, is it good? Is it not good? You have an idea of how well you're getting the points. So I have the card here. So I have a video here. Let the video load. Hope it loads. So this is the card students raise when they answer. Yes, if you pay attention to the sides, you have A, B, C, D in other side, and the letter you put up is the answer you're giving to the question. Yeah, this number 1 is the number that identifies the students. So the same card is used for both answers. Yes, you just turn the card around and answer letter A or letter B, and it may be reused, right? If you create these cards, like, I don't know, 30 cards of this, I don't know how many students, we generally have big groups when talking about public schools. If you prepare them, you may use them whenever you want to make an activity with Plickers, right? I'm not going to wait for the video because I want to show you something which is going to take longer in the end. Now, some great tools to organize resources and also to share resources. One of them is Wakelet. There are lots of things on the internet. Sometimes it's very hard to keep track of all these materials and everything, right? So Wakelet is a platform very similar to Pinterest. I forgot the name. Very similar to Pinterest, but with educational purposes. So here you can create collections of stuff you find online. So I have an example here of a collection on social emotional learning in the classroom. And from this QR code, you're taken there to check. It's a very nice collection on how to work on social emotional learning, soft skills in the classroom. And if you roll down, you're going to have access to websites and texts and games and lots of stuff so that you can work on these topics in the classroom. And all the things you find in this collection of Wakelet are on the internet. So this user, Jade Edwards, organized the collection and shared with people in the Wakelet community. So we can organize, we can curate things from the internet and organize a very nice collection of materials on topics to give students, again, another alternative to study out of the classroom. Yes, and we also have Symbaloo, which is a place we can organize our favorites. Yes, sometimes we find a very nice resource or tool on the internet, and then we just click on the star to make it a favorite on our browser, and it's not organized. So Symbaloo is a place where we can create these tiles. You see Google, Yahoo, Bing, the X, which was the former Twitter, and etc. And all these tiles are linked to the sites, yes, or to the resources you found on the internet and you want to keep track of. So it's also a very nice place to organize stuff, nice stuff, and to share with your students. Regarding virtual and augmented reality, virtual reality is when you are immersed in a digital world, yes, and augmented reality is when something digital is included in your world. So you see the real world around you, but there is something digital in it. So virtual reality, a very nice tool. I don't know if you have ever used in class or for yourself, is Google Arts and Culture. It was once called Google Expedition, but I don't know for how long, but it's now Google Arts and Culture. So from Google Arts and Culture, it's a website, you can take virtual field trips. Yes, you can walk on the streets of Canada, for instance. You can visit great museums, and it's a very nice way to take students to places they otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity of going to, right? And one of my favorites, which is MergeCube, which is a cube that from the cell phone, like here, the girl is holding a cube. You're going to see the picture, but the cell phone makes the cube transform into something. And this is augmented reality. Yes, there is something digital in your reality. Again, I had a video which I'm not going to wait because time is an issue. And I have just 2 suggestions here on 10 apps to use with MergeCube in the classroom and how to make your own paper MergeCube, right? In the United States, they used to sell this, but we don't have this in Brazil, so we can print a cube home and we can have access to things. Oh, it's really, it's a problem. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you. And once you see the MergeCube, it's really a cube, a very beautiful black cube with lots of drawings on it. And from the cube, you have access to different stuff. So one of the tools I'm suggesting you is Mr. Body, I think, which from the cube, you transform the cube, the image you see on your cell phone, is a very cute body, and you have the main organs and the explanation for it. So if you're working on a lesson that is teaching human body and body parts, it's a very nice way of making things more interesting for students. And then we came to AI tools, which are a hit at the moment, yes. And there are many AI tools available. And this is a great site where we can start if you don't know where to go. It's a very nice name because it's called There's an AI for That. Whatever you think, there's an AI for that. So I printed this screen yesterday, and yesterday almost more than 13,000 AIs were listed here. So if you want to to access an AI to draw, you have an option here. So you find AI, you go there and you type draw or images, and you're going to have a list of tools to use. Again, I have some recommendation here specifically for teachers. The first one is all of them are texts, yes. First one, 23 best AI tools for teachers that will save time and effort. Second one, introduction to AI tools for lesson planning. And third one, best free AI tools for educators. So check it out because we have lots of examples here of AIs and how to use them for students, but also to help us do our job, yeah? So I think that the most famous one nowadays is Chatgpt, right? There is a paid version which does a lot of nice stuff, but there's also a free one. And what we have to know is that these AIs we interact with, they talk to us like a person, yeah, and we call it a prompt. So there are many frameworks. Sorry, this should be it before. There are many frameworks on the internet on how to help you create a prompt to better achieve your goals, yes, in the AI. Because the thing is, oh, people say AI is not good. No, you're not asking the right thing, okay? Because if you ask the right thing, if you give the AI the right prompt, you're going to get great stuff. So I have one framework here, which is called the RTF, which stands for role, task, and format. So you tell the AI to act as a professional, a teacher, an EFL teacher, an engineer, whatever, and to create something for you and create a task. You tell the AI what you want, and then to show you in a specific format. So in this example, I want the AI to act as an EFL teacher, design an engaging game to practice the vocabulary of school objects, and to answer me. The answer is going to be detailed information on the game, including instructions on how to play it, and also materials needed, the rules for the game, and how to use the game to assess students. So this is the prompt I gave ChatGPT. Act as an EFL teacher, design an engaging game to practice the vocabulary of school objects, provide detailed information on the game, including instructions, materials needed, rules, and how to assess student performance. And after I sent this to ChatGPT, the free version of it, the tool, I was going to say he, because it's so close to me that it's almost a person, yeah. ChatGPT answered me with this. So game example, school objects, bingo, which is very common for us. If you don't like the suggestion, you may tell the tool, could you give me another one? Or this is very difficult for my student. Can you make it easier? Or this is very simple. Can you have it? Can you make it more difficult so that advanced students would find this activity interesting, and so on? So first you get the instructions. It tells you how to prepare for the activity. You're going to create the bingo cards with the emoji or with the name of the school object, and then you prepare the set of calling cards for you to call and students mark. And how does the game work? So what should you do to play this? You give it students bingo cards and markers or whatever to mark on the cards, and then you randomly get a calling card and so on. It's a bingo, really, yeah. So the materials you are going to need for activity so that you get prepared before you go to classroom. You need to have all this, and the rules. How are things going to happen? How does somebody win the game? Yes, and also how to assess. Okay, so this was the answer after I gave the chat that request, that prompt. So my idea was to quickly create one ChatGPT prompt with you. I'm not sure if we have time because it's 8:46. So you tell me.
Yeah, we are gonna close this room at 5 to 9, so we have time for the other presentation. So it's up to you until 5 to 9.
So how are the questions in the chat? Do we have them?
Not yet.
No? So I want your help to give me a suggestion on a ChatGPT prompt using this framework. Tell the ChatGPT to act as something and to create something and to show it as something. I'm going to stop sharing this screen, and I'm going to share my ChatGPT screen. What is it?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Look, I'm trying to understand if this slides going to be available to use on the feature, let me say, try to use it in my classes sometimes, maybe I learn from it. Is there any way that it's going to be accessible, or maybe say a link or so?
In the end, I'm going to show you a QR code so that you may go to a WhatsApp group. It's closed, only us send the messages so that we don't have good mornings and good afternoons and etc. And I can share the link to this presentation there. Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, then. Yeah.
Welcome. Good to see you, Michael.
For your question, Michael. All the presenters that are going to, make their slides available, the link will be in the description of the video, and you can see in the chat. I have the link for where the videos are going to be available, probably later today or tomorrow. And just to use this time, sorry, Luciana, people, attendance row, the link is in the chat. So please fill out, because, after the other presentation, we are not consider this presentation as attendancing. Okay, so please check it while you are, doing these exercises with Luciana, okay?
Okay, so can you see my screen on Chatgpt? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so suggest me something just for us to try Chatgpt. Just for you to make sure I'm using the free version of it, right? This fazer upgrade is showing me that I'm using the free version. So what do you want to, how do you want Chatgpt to behave? Behave as, come on, an EFL teacher?
And maybe, I don't know, Luciana, I'm not expert, but we have a question here about from Mandy. Maybe you can use it for this prompt. She's asking if you can ask a ChatGPT to create an evaluation to a typical student who does not read yet. So maybe, I don't know if it's possible to.
EFL teacher.
Yes.
How should I tell?
Who teaches maybe autistic students? Don't know.
Behave as an EFL teacher. Create in this paid version, in this not paid version, I think it's not going to create this kind of activity, because if the student doesn't read yet, the tool would give me lots of images, and the free version of it creates very poor images. Yes, this resource is only available in the paid version. So I can try, but create an activity to an autistic student who doesn't read.
Yes.
Who doesn't read yet.
I think it's good to make the prompts better, to create like activity in which thing, colors,
kind of activity?
Animals, vocabulary.
Okay, create an activity on farm animals to an autistic student who doesn't read yet. And how should the tool give me the answer? What do I want? I want the suggestion of the activity. It's going to tell me what I could do. And then it's going to say something like use images and so on, because it's not going to give me the images. What should I say now? Mandy, help me out.
Maybe we can say like, give me a list of 5 videos I can use from the internet. I know that she asked about evaluation, but we're talking about activity just to facilitate. Okay, Mandy, I'm not an expert here.
Oops.
Mandy has written that ask if students can understand the letters in the words. That is something a little bit different, but let's do this because of time. And Mandy,
Yeah.
take
Give
your
me a
ideas
list.
and
Give
use
me
it,
a,
because we are using
yeah.
ChatGPT to learn, right?
Give me a list of 5 videos from the internet. What did you say? So sorry.
I
sorry
don't
to
know.
interrupt the
I was just thinking
presentation.
aloud.
I'm sorry to interrupt the presentation. That's me, because I've never had this experience before. So I'm trying to build something that I thought at first that would be very valuable for me in my classroom. And of course, it was just it was worth the try.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll study a little bit more now that I know I mean, I know how to start. I know how the things go, and it's gonna be um, a little bit more. It will need a little bit more research for me because it's something very specific, isn't it?
It is, yes. And in this case of yours, if you need pictures, the free version of ChatGPT is great to give you the ideas, but you're probably going to generate the images somewhere else. Yes. So I just wrote, give me a list of 5 videos I can use with him, just to see what we get. So behave as an EFL teacher, create an activity on farm animals to an autistic student who doesn't read yet. Give me a list of 5 videos. So it gives me the objective, the materials I'm going to need, a device to play the videos, printed pictures of farm animals, and toy farm animals if available. So it gives me the step-by-step routine, begin by showing the pictures, name the animals clearly, and encourage the student to repeat. So no reading up to now. Play the selected videos one by one. So, and here we have the recommended videos. There it goes. Old MacDonald had a farm, and then we have the link for the video, yeah? So we have 5 videos on farm animals. And then it says these videos are engaging, colorful, and designed to hold the attention of young learners, and etc. And we have the step-by-step, the video viewing, the interactive play, the sound imitation, very nice, and a wrap-up. So you have the steps, and you also have the recommended videos as you ask the chat to give you, yeah? And you keep on talking to it, yeah? If you don't like, okay, now create me, I don't know, okay, this is for an autistic student, but suppose you were creating an activity for your regular students, and then you could say, now create me a very short text, and let me start now, create, oops, what am I doing? Now create a short text on farm animals and 3 multiple choice questions about it. I can't see what I'm typing, and if I'm typing wrong, please bear with me. My students are real beginners. Let's see what we get. So farm animals, there are many animals on a farm. The cow say moo, the sheep says baa, and etc. And then we have the multiple choice. So I asked for a short text on very basic vocabulary and 3 multiple choice questions that it is with the answers, the correct answers. So I know we are out of time, but just before we go, I would like to show you. Let me see if you see do you see my Canva presentation again? Do you? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so I know it was very, very fast. This is the QR code for the WhatsApp group, and this is my Instagram account. There isn't much there because I've just created this account. I had just my private one, but I'm trying to organize stuff for teachers in this Prof. Luciana Teixeira. Please enter the group to get the presentation and also to have access to my WhatsApp number so that we can talk and exchange ideas, and I can keep on helping you with these AI tools. Yes, I'm very, very fond of it. I use it a lot to create stuff for my class, and it will be a pleasure to help you. Okay, thank you very much, and hope to see you at 10:30 in my next presentation with Suzane. I can't hear you, so.
Your presentation? No?
Huh? Sorry?
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was nice,
Thank
Not
you,
yet.
Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we can hear you now.
Can you please stop?
It was great. Thank
So,
you so much.
the other section is going to continue, isn't it?
Okay, people, we are run of time because we have another presentation at 9. So just
Okay.
remember, attendance roll for each presentation you participate, because people could choose any presentation. So some people are going to come in the morning, some people only in the evening. So we can have all your certificates. We really need you to fill out the form that's in the chat. After this presentation, we are not going to be able to accept the other, the previous one. So until 9, you have the attendance roll for this presentation. After 9, for the next one. And what are you going to do? We're going to close this room so the video can be, being prepared to go to upload. And we're going to come back to watch the next presentation with Julia, who is around here. So she's already here. And so next presentation at the same link at 9. But before we go, I really need to say that Luciana, you rock it. And people, all the videos will be available in the link that I shared in the chat too. That is the YouTube channel. So you're going to be able to rewatch Luciana, pause, use the tools that she provides us, because she presents us a feast of, how to learn and how to teach English. So thank you, Luciana, very much. I will close and I will open like 30 seconds again. Kisses you, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
One question just before